So I think we're back. I can never tell. There's no countdown.
Yeah,
with
so
Zoom.
you got no lead in.
Yeah, there's no like. Sometimes in some meetings, I'll hear things. I think that's go-to meeting though. I'll hear things and they'll say like, "This meeting is now being recorded."
It
Yeah,
pops up
nothing.
on my screen. It
Yeah,
says it says Jared Mello is recording right now or some shit. I don't know. I just saw it 2 seconds ago and I can't remember it.
cool. Well, we're back, everybody. It's Sarcasm Speaks that you're watching or listening to. It's Jared and Bob. That was the Zoom one. I was literally just saying before I hit the record button that I thought I messed up the last one. It turns out that I didn't, so that's a good thing. There was buttons that I thought I was supposed to click, and I think I thought I did it wrong, and it worked out. So we were good. Now this one, now that I'm confident that we're good for this one, I'll fuck it up somehow. So be ready for that.
I'm gonna try to sit a little closer to this thing.
Oh yeah.
I guess that adapter will be here tomorrow. So in the time that I told you, all I have to do is text her to order it for me. She said, "Oh, it'll be here tomorrow."
Oh, cool. Sweet.
So until then, I'll try to sit a little bit closer, maybe yell or I don't know what.
Yeah. I mean, it's only one more episode. So there was, I don't know, whoever's listening out there on your podcast streaming service, whatever you are, that you're going to subscribe to, by the way. And also subscribe and click like on YouTube while you're at it. But Bob might be a little bit low, or I might be a little bit loud, depending on how I do it, because we're off. Our volumes are off. Obviously, if you're watching on YouTube, you can see I'm talking into a microphone. He doesn't have one yet. So
I mean,
I can raise,
talk into it.
Yeah.
It's just not connected. It's just not connected.
It's like
this doesn't fit in a tablet.
Yeah. It's like you belong at a I don't know, like a special center. Like you think you're like a newscaster, like talking into a microphone, and it's just not even connected.
Yeah, it's just unplugged on the other end.
Yeah. Wasn't there a scene, something like that with the doctor? Yeah, no, it was like something similar in Rocco's Modern Life. They thought he was the doctor, but he's actually like one of the patients that was there.
Oh yeah. Like strapped himself into the table or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. I remember what you're talking about.
Yeah. That was good. So yeah, I don't know, whatever. We'll figure that out. In the meantime, I don't care. If you don't like it, I don't know, turn it off, whatever. Fuck you. So we just came off of the Kentucky Derby, which I fucking nailed.
Yep. Thanks. Hey, thank you. I get insider info about an exacta. I share it to you immediately. You have the fucking winning info, and I don't fucking hear about it. Thanks. Thank you.
I have to give you the rundown on how this happened. So I honestly had no idea when the Kentucky Derby was. Like, what I knew it was Saturday, but I didn't know what time the race started. So it's about, I don't know, 4:30, 5 o'clock, because we went out to dinner at like 7, and it turns out the race started at 6:57. So I knew I wasn't going to be able to watch it because I was going to be walking into the restaurant because we had reservations for 7 o'clock. So I was like, I don't know, like, yeah, okay. Yeah, it's not a fancy place. It's just busy and it's COVID. They only do reservations right now, the place we went to, which is great, by the way. It's called Blackie's. It's in Smithfield, Rhode Island. And one of the best spicy chicken sandwiches I've ever had, like bar none. Like this fucking knocks out of the park. So shout out to Blackie's, not a sponsor of the show, but they could be if they wanted to. They'd have to, maybe we can Zoom the owner, because that's the other thing. And now we can do all kinds of Zoom interviews with people that are famous that want to be on our show, because clearly we're the most important people in the world.
Dude,
but
I'm listening to a new podcast now. It's just another golf one, and they've got sponsors, but it's like West Texas Title Insurance or something. And then like Conor Insurance of West Texas. It's like super local.
It's the Three Jack National or the Yucatan The
No,
Yucatan
like
Invitational.
no, but like they're actually like
They're
so.
real.
Yeah, so it's like if I called up my guy to have like Lighthouse Insurance sponsor the show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you guys hold my auto policy. Do you want to sponsor our show?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but then it's like, but then with everyone that's listening, yeah, if you're in Eastern Massachusetts, you could use their services. I mean, I guess you could use their service anywhere, but like
Right.
anyone who's listening in any other state's gonna be like, oh, sick advertising, dude.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
have a
Awesome.
fucking you have an insurance agent in Dorchester that's
Yeah.
giving you money. Like, what kind of exposure is that?
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so either way, so it's like 4:30, 5 o'clock. And I just found out the race is going to go on and I'm not going to be able to watch it. So I go, well, I'm not going to be able to watch it. So I should probably bet on it. Because why not? So I go and I look at the whole lineup of everything, and it gives me like all 20 horses, like slotted 1 through 20 and their gate number and then their odds. And I'm looking at it and I go, all right, well, that really doesn't mean much to me. So then I just Google. This is literally exactly how it went down. I Googled the most successful trainers to win the Kentucky Derby, and it gave me the list of like the top 6 most winningest, whatever. And I think the only guy on the list that in that top 6 that had a horse in the race was Bob Baffert. And he was listed at like number 2 all time. And I was like, okay, well, Bob Baffert apparently is a good trainer. So he's got a horse in this race. He's the only one in that top 6. That's something. So then I Google most winningest jockeys of all time. And this name comes up and I forget the dude's name. It's like Richard Velasquez or something Vasquez. I don't know. Ramon Vasquez. No, he was a baseball player. He played on the Red Sox and the Padres. But it was something along those lines. So I look and I go, wouldn't you know that Bob Baffert's horse is being ridden by Ramon Vasquez, the retired Padres player, the retired second baseman from the San Diego Padres.
The guy's card who I'm gonna fucking sell on eBay.
Yeah. So I go, what's that horse? And it's Medina Spirit, and it's 12-1 odds. And I go, those are some pretty solid odds. I like that. And then so then I Google most winning Kentucky Derby like slot numbers. So like, where does the horse usually win? Like, what stall do they start in? And it said, once you pretty much what I gathered from my research was anything after stall 10, fuck them. Doesn't matter. Like, it almost never happens that anyone after the 10th stall ever wins. And the favorite, I think, was in the 12th stall. Whoever was 5-1, I forget. I don't know who it was, but someone was 5-1 and they were in like stall 12, 13, 14, maybe.
Might have been 14.
Yeah.
Because the exact I played was 114 and 14 was the favorite.
Okay. So I was like, well, fuck that guy. He's the favorite, but he's in the 14th stall. He's not going to win. So I looked at like the breakdowns of each one. And I think it was 1, 5, and 10. Or 1, 5, and 8. I don't know. It was 1, 5, and some other number were all tied with like 10 wins all time. So then I look at those numbers and it's like 1, okay, he's 11-1. That's not bad. 10 was like, I don't know, something, whatever none of the numbers like added up. And I was like, I don't know. And I go, I don't know. Medina Spirit sounds cool. It's below, because I think it was in the 8 slot. And I think 8 was tied second all time for wins from that stall. So I go, I don't know, dude. I know nothing about fucking horses. This dude is not the favorite. I don't even think he was like a top 5 favorite. I'm like, it's $10. He's got the most winningest trainer of all time and a great jockey. And he's in a lower than 10 stall. I'll throw $10 on him. And the fucking horse won. So me, a dumbass that knows nothing about horses, this literally happened at like 5 o'clock on Saturday. I've known the Kentucky Derby's been happening for a while, and didn't really care. I didn't know what time it was. At 4:30, the whole reason why I looked was I thought it was over. Like I wanted to see who won. So I was like, oh, I wonder who won the Kentucky Derby. I haven't heard anything because the NFL draft was on, but it was like in the background because it's in the fucking 6th round at that point or something bullshit stupid like that. So I go, oh, I wonder who won the Kentucky Derby. And that's how I found out it didn't happen yet. So I was like, let me look into it. And I picked the fucking winner. But yeah, and I was like, but the reason why I didn't say anything is because it was like a joke. I was like, this is zero. Yeah, this means nothing.
Well, it means as much as me coming at you with the exacta I had.
Well, I thought you got that. I was going to say, I thought you got that from Jay, who was a legit pony guy. So like,
yeah, but it doesn't, gambling, dude. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
It's the Derby. It's a crapshoot. So
I won $120 on the Derby. Thanks, Medina Spirit.
Dickhead.
Yeah. On a $10 bet. And then afterwards, I'm thinking, oh, what a fucking loser. Why didn't I throw 50 on it? And then I go, I've never bet
the Derby.
50.
You don't put 50 on anything.
Yeah, I know. I go, I've never bet $50 on anything that's not the Super Bowl. Like I've bet more than $50 in a day on a bunch of different bets, but like, and lost all of it. But yeah. But I've never bet $50 on anything that's not the Super Bowl. And I go, that's so stupid. Why would I have bet $50 on a horse that I literally was like, I don't know. I spent a half hour looking up stats, and not even stats, just history.
That's the dumbass take where someone's like, oh, I should have put 100 on it. Dude, like you've never bet 100 on anything.
Yeah. I don't bet, like I said, I don't bet $50 on anything.
Fuck out of here with that shit.
Yeah. Like the most intense I'll get is like, if I feel really good about a bet, I'll pull like $25 on it. And it's like, all right, cool. And that's like pushing it. That's very rare.
It's also amazing that such low level bets or so low dollar value bets, they still can't hit.
Yeah, no, I know. Like I am not some fucking big time Vegas dude. Like I bet, anywhere between 5, 10, 15, and 20. Depending on what it is, what's going on, what's the sport, how confident I am in it, like, I don't know. It's like I bet $5 today on Premier League soccer. I took the over 2.5 in the Man U Liverpool game. Maybe I bet 10 because I think it was like plus 115 or plus 120 to go over. And I was like, fuck it. I read a little bit about the two teams, where they're at and all this shit. So I was like, I think that's going to go over 2.5. And the game gets postponed. So it's just it's a null bet. And I get my $10 back and nothing happens. So, but it's like stupid shit like that. Because now I bet on English Premier League soccer. Apparently.
Yeah. Soccer guy.
Dude, I hit the other day. I hit Aston Villa or Aston Villa. I don't know how you say it. I don't know if they're Spanish or not. No, they're not. It's in the English Premier League, you stupid idiot. So it's Aston Villa. And they were playing Chelsea or Man City. I don't know. But I read this whole thing because I'm on Action Network and I get all the fucking emails and everything. So I read this whole thing about how someone wrote like, Aston Villa is in a good upset spot now because Man City just clinched the first place seed or something. And like, they're coming off of a back-to-back and Aston Villa is like hungry. They're trying to make the playoffs. They're fighting. So look for them. Like this is a good spot to pick them to win as a dog. And they were like plus 270. And I was like, yeah, sure. Whatever. I'll throw fucking, I'll throw $5 on that. And it hit. They won 2-1. They beat the number one team in the league at 2-1. And so I won, I don't know, whatever 2.5 times 5 is. What is that? $12? Like
something like that.
Yeah, something like that. So I was like, all right, cool, whatever. Fuck it. I won. So I don't know. It's just like random shit like that. But yeah, that's your Kentucky Derby minute. That's Sarcasm Speaks, talks the ponies.
We would have talked less if you didn't fucking win.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Don't forget, while you're making all these bets, go to mybookie.com and use our promo code sarcasmpod when you sign up, and they will match your first deposit up for 50% up to $1,000. So you deposit 1,000, they give you 500. You deposit 100, they give you 50. So there's you go. There's your quick math right there for you. Jay, you got some shit?
Yeah, so I had obviously I can't win a bet.
Yeah.
But I guess I can win money on the golf course. So
all right.
I've had 2 tournaments this year, and this isn't like anything in the state or anything. So I think I hit a skin, and I got money for coming in 4th the other day.
Sweet.
So yesterday we played at Wiano in Osterville, which was awesome, like really awesome course. So
is it public?
Like, no, God no. Very, very. This is a place where someone was telling me it's like they were like made a joke. They're like, "Oh yeah, you gotta like trace your lineage to the Mayflower." Like, that's funny. And then you go on their website, and they can literally trace the land sale for the golf course back to Miles Standish.
Okay.
So,
well,
it's like one of those places, old school Cape, whatever.
Yeah.
Super nice, really, really nice course. So, I find these tournaments way more fun than like some of the mass golf stuff. Plus, I can win a couple bucks, whatever.
Yeah.
So, second hole comes, hit a tee shot out, wind's just blowing in our faces. I don't know how many miles an hour, just too many miles an hour. And the group ahead of us wants us to play through, letting a foursome play through where we're only going to meet other foursomes. It's just a tournament.
Right.
Why the fuck is he letting us play? Why are we playing through it? Whatever.
Yeah.
So par 4, I hit a really good drive. I have a hybrid in. And I hit it 60 yards left of where I need to be. So I'm on a different tee.
Oh, good.
Played that ball out of bounds. Or not out of bounds, but I found it, but I had to take it unplayable.
Right.
Chip that over the green. Chip that to the green.
Nice.
2-putt. So
good.
Make an 8 on the second hole. I'm like, that is not fucking ideal.
Yeah.
Very next hole, wind blowing in our fucking faces again. Par 3. I put it in a bunker left to a left pin at a place that might as well be putting on a fucking pool table.
Yeah.
Blade that to the other side of the green. So I'm in the fringe putting back. Putt that ball up, missed the shorty, double. I'm 6 over through 3.
Holy shit. That sounds like one of my rounds.
So I'm like, this is fucking nuts. So we get to the 4th hole, and it's you hit your tee shot, but it's blind. So we hit it, we wait. It's a par 5. So I'm not getting home. I don't know what's up there. So I just hit like a 6-iron up. So then I drive up to see where we're at, and you can actually see the bay on the left side. Like I actually didn't even know this course was on the water.
Oh shit.
So the left side is the fucking bay. I'm like, oh, this is like an awesome hole. So hit my approach, and it's right on the fucking.
Yeah, I mean it's no 16 at Torrey Pines, but continue.
Right at the pin, like fucking dart. And I get to the ball, and I'm good. I'm like 10 feet beyond the pin. But where they cut this pin is one of like the more incredible things I've ever seen. Like I said, this is an old school golf course. So it's at the bottom of a hill. So if you were left of the pin, there's no way to keep the ball in the green because it has to come down the hill.
Right.
It also runs off right of the pin down to the next tee box. So I threw this ball into this fucking really short area without even knowing it. I had no idea. Like if I had known that this pin sucked this much, I probably would have fucking hit it into the bay. But fucking whatever. So I make a birdie. I get out of there with birdie. So now I'm 5 over through 4, and I'm just like, we are just fucking having it. And I'm like, I hope no one else makes birdie there because I'll win some fucking money.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh man, what a suck pin. And I'm playing with some guy, and he plays like all the events, so everyone knows who he is. Some fucking crazy Irish dude. Like, this guy is nuts. He is fucking nuts. He goes, oh, if you think that's bad, wait for this next one. He goes, this looks like a great pin. He goes, this is an awesome pin compared to the next green. Like, the whole green sucks. So it's 200 yards. The wind's at our back, but it's uphill. So I'm like, fuck me. This is like every bit of a 5-iron, I guess.
Yeah.
So I hit the 5-iron, it's drawing in because I hit a draw now for some fucking reason. I don't know.
Oh, cool.
Goes long. Not too long, but long.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm putting from the rough because the rough there is in such good shape that you can putt off it.
Oh, good.
But there's a sprinkler head like 2 feet in front of my ball. And I'm like, fuck. I'm like, this sucks because I have to hit it away from the sprinkler head. But I go, I cannot chip this ball. There's no way I can chip this thing. It's like fucking back to front, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm actually put the ball off the fucking green. So I degreen myself there.
Awesome.
Go back to my cart, get a wedge, go back to my ball, and I go, I can't hit a wedge here. I go, if I don't get the ball there, it's gonna fucking come right back at my feet. So I putt, and I hit this putt hard. So it starts breaking, goes just left of the cup. I actually almost made it.
Oh wow.
Goes beyond the cup by a couple inches. I'm thinking it's gonna fall in. Starts rolling back.
Oh no.
I go, fuck this.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sprinting after my ball because the second it stops, I'm gonna throw a fucking mark down.
Yeah.
And it finally fucking stopped. I'm like, wow.
Oh my God.
And I hit like the fucking 6-footer coming back. So 6 over through 3. And I end up turning 6 over. So it was all on those 2 holes.
Holy shit.
Coming in, I shot 4 over on the back. So I'm 10 over on this course. And I'm like, man, 2 holes. That's fucking where it all went.
Yeah.
They weren't even that hard. It's just mistakes. Finished third.
Wow.
10 over shot, finished third.
Holy shit.
Now, some of these wins were like 30, 35 yards. I don't even know what those gusts equal out to.
Yeah.
But some guy out there shot a 71 1 over. I'm like, you have got to be fucking kidding me.
So was that first place?
71, 78, 8.
Wow.
And then they gave us, so with the new handicap system goes, is if all the scores at a particular course on a given day are like higher, they give you like a stroke or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If they're all lower, they take a stroke away, like on the differential and all that shit.
Yeah.
We got 3 strokes for yesterday. It played 3 strokes harder just because of the fucking wind. Holy
shit. So you got credited for like a 77.
So really this is because it's all the differential stuff, which for those who do play golf or don't play golf but kind of understand golf but not really, like when I say I'm a 4 handicap, it's not that I'm expected to shoot on average 4 over par. It takes into account the difficulty of the course. So
right.
At Sharon Country Club, where I'm a member, if I shoot 4 over par based on the way the course is rated, it's actually a 2.4 differential. So it's actually, because I shot 4 over, it's really more like a 2.4 over.
Right.
So when the score goes into my handicap, it becomes a 79 because I can't take an 8 by my handicap rules. It's too high of a number.
Yeah.
So it becomes 79, which means the differential is like 8 something. Then they take off the 3 strokes, so now it's down to like 5 something. So my 10 over par yesterday on the handicap comes down to like 5.4, 5.2, something like that. I'm like, this is fucking nuts.
Yeah.
But third place got me $86 off my bill. Fucking
all right. There you go. That's not
about all I can fucking do right now. But no, Weano's an awesome course. It was fucking sick. We're going back in October, and I'm definitely gonna sign up for it. Like a
Yeah.
lot of like, and it's hard to say because a lot of the guys, like different things, and some people really liked Ipswich, and I did not like Ipswich.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be going back there unless it's a holiday or weekend, like when I played it on Patriots Day.
Yeah. Yeah.
But no, Wiano's an awesome course. It's typical Donald Ross, but
Yeah.
like the more I play these places, like these Donald Ross Cape courses, they're just fucking sick. But
Yeah.
it's just funny, like the green, like sometimes the greens are shared with tees because it's just like just stuff it in there, just
Yeah.
fucking stuff it in there.
What was the course we play where it's a dual green?
That was at New England Country Club.
Okay. Yeah. That's what that is.
It's the double green. I think it's like the third hole.
Yep. Yeah. 3 and 8
with like 8 or something.
I think it's 3 and 8. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. And of course, I think one of us hit it into the fucking third green, but it's really the 8th green, so you're putting from like a football field away.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, so that was my roller coaster of fucking rounds with the fucking 4th green, 5th green, fucking can't keep the ball on there. I'm like, I don't know how the fuck people play this.
That sounds
can't even
insane.
keep the ball on the fucking green.
Yeah.
The other guy hit it like way left, so he chipped on. Same thing. Can't keep the ball on the green. Like people spend like 15 minutes up there.
That's insane.
Jesus Christ.
I did that I don't know, maybe last week or the week before. I hit a shot like off the green. Then I went to go chip. I think this might have been 2 weeks ago because this was like, it's still not there. I'm not, it's not like I'm fucking good at golf, but like my feel and like the touch for like chip shots is dog shit. Cause like I haven't played enough yet to know like how much of the backswing to go, like how hard to cut, it's just bullshit. Like, I don't know. It's chipping is like a touch thing and I don't have it right now. So I was like off the green, chip it, hits the green, rolls all the way off the other side. I'm like, fuck. All right. Well, now I'm in like a weird spot. So I'm like, and then the grass is a little thicker over there. So I'm like, all right, well, I got to hit a little bit harder. So I'm going to hit a little harder, sky it over the green to the other side. And I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ, this fucking blows. So then I go and like, because now I'm just a mental case. So now I go and I like barely chip it and it like gets to the fringe of the green. And I'm like, oh, geez, at least I'm putting. At least I'm putting. And then I think it took 3 more strokes before I got the ball in the cup. I took shit. Yeah. What hole was this?
To get down.
I forget what hole. It was at Chamawa. I forget what hole it was.
How the fuck did you 3-chip 3-putt at Chamawa?
I forget what hole it was where I did this. This is what I mean. I think it was 2 weeks ago. But whatever it was, I think I took 6 shots from
you got down in 6.
From 45 yards. I think it was 2. Because I hit the drive.
Dude.
Because I hit the drive and I nuked the fucking drive. And I had 45 yards into the pin. And I tried to chip it on, and that's how it started. It rolled off the back. And then I skied it over and then bitched it on and then fucked up putting from there. So I think I shot a 7 on 2. But I took 6 strokes from like 45 yards or like 50 yards in. After I absolutely nuked the fucking drive.
Should have laid it back.
Yeah. Seriously. Golf. It's fucking awesome.
Dumb game. Fucking game.
So stupid.
So I was talking to the guy, the Irish dude, and he's older. I mean, he's been playing a long time. He puts a fucking swing on the ball. Holy shit, does he not fucking hold back? But he was even talking. It's just like and I've been listening. So now that I have an actual commute now to work, I actually listen to podcasts, but I can only stand to listen to golf stuff.
Yeah.
And it's mindless. It's like, dude, like taking what, like it's like so many people just refuse to acknowledge that golf happens. This dude that shot the 71, he has previously shot a 68 at Wiano. In the week before, he shot like a 92 or something. It's like,
yeah.
And then, so the guy I was talking to, Call him AC. So this was great too. So I like I know who this guy is. He's fucking loud. He's Irish. He wears yellow pants and green pants and shit. Like everyone knows who the fuck he is.
Yeah.
So the guys that I play or that are also on the tour that I see, they're like, oh, like AC, you know, AC, whatever. And then there's like someone else in the group, and it's fine. It really is fine. But he's not Irish. He doesn't wear fucking crazy clothes. There's all, dude, you can call me Adam or APod. I'm like, nice to meet you, Adam. I'm not fucking calling you APod. Fuck that.
No.
I mean, I guess if it really came down to it, and it's like, if people like, if I say, oh, I played with Adam, they're like, oh, Adam who? It's like, if it starts becoming that, I guess I'll use it. I'm like, dude, I am not addressing you as fucking APod. No fucking way.
No.
You're like fucking 40 years old.
Yeah.
oh, dude, you're APod. You can call me fucking Dats. Like, fuck
yeah.
That fucking like, there's like it's just like fucking hockey, like 12-year-old hockey player mentality where everyone has to have a nickname, and then you speak to another adult. It's like that, and that's like, if I tell you, it's like, oh, I play with AC, APod, and Trace. It's like, what the fuck are you talking?
Yeah.
What?
Where the fuck did you play?
Children?
Did you go to Oakland? like,
and it's like, dude, I'm not calling you APod. Yeah. But then you have people at these country clubs, and it's like, oh yeah, well, I was playing with Double B and Clarky, and I'm like, I don't know who these people are.
Yeah.
And you sound like a fucking idiot.
Yes.
Like, I sound like an idiot, and you sound dumber than I do.
Yeah. Yes, people are just dumb.
Everyone had a nickname when they were fucking 12, and yeah, sometimes it hangs on. Like, our group of friends, whoever has a nickname or whoever we call by the last name, like, it is what it is. It's fucking not changing.
Right.
I'm not fucking changing it.
Yeah.
I know Jones is a better man than us trying to call people by their first fucking names, but I can't fucking do it. Like,
yeah.
No fucking way.
I also don't really look at it as like a last name as a nickname, because it is your name.
Yeah, I know, but it's like, I will say it is. It's a little bit of the same. It's not as bad.
Yeah,
but it's a little bit of the same thing.
Yeah. Like Jimo is a lot better than Jime Turd.
Yeah, but it's it's almost, I don't know. It's almost like if, and I'm trying to think of like what scenario this would. I'm trying to think, because the way it happened, this guy talking to us was at a golf tournament. He came up to us because of a mutual friends. He's like, oh yeah, no, I'm just here with I'm here with Double B and Clarky and I'm fucking Two Gloves. Like,
no, in like a real life scenario, like I wouldn't, like if I was with someone, I wouldn't be like, oh, this is my buddy Stearns.
But the other thing too is like,
my buddy Bill.
They weren't even there. Like, he wasn't like introducing them to us. So this like, this is a whole another issue. This is a whole nother issue. This guy's like fucking 50.
Yeah.
Like, name dropping people that we don't know. And it's like, I don't give a fuck if you guys play golf at Thorny Lee. I really don't fucking care.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck who Double B is. I just don't care.
Yeah. Big bitch.
Like, fuck Double B.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here, and fuck you for like this like name drop bullshit thing. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't know who you're talking about. So why the fuck would I care?
Exactly. I don't give a shit about you or your fucking friends.
Yeah. But anyway, so the guy AC, but now here's the thing though, the guy AC, because everyone knows who the fuck he is, he has qualities that make him a character. It's almost like, he's also Adam. He's not just Adam, and there's also multiple Adams. So it's like, that character is who we're talking about. Right. So I don't know. It makes it's whatever. But he was saying the same thing. Like, he shot 67 at Indian Pond a week after shooting like a 97 as a 5 handicap. And he's just like, man, it is fucking, it's a crazy fucking game. Like,
it's golf.
Crazy fucking game.
Yeah.
And just listening to like some of these guys in the Monday qualifiers and former pros and people who are keeping it going and whatever. And it's like, they hang eights, they hang triples,
even the pros. Like, if you look at the pros, like if they go all 4 rounds and they don't get cut, they might shoot like a, 67 one day, a 69 another day, And then there's always like that 73 that sneaks in there, and then they shoot another 69 or 70. You know what I mean? Like there's always that, like very rarely do professional golfers that get paid millions of dollars to do this shoot 4 rounds like in the 60s. Like it happens.
No, actually,
it happens, but like it's not like as frequent as people think.
No, people think it happens all the time, and it's like in the Masters, it's happened once.
Right.
Are they at 7? What are they at? 80 years?
Yeah, something like that.
No, they're way over that.
No, yeah. Well, yeah, they're
86 years.
They're because it was 1932.
I think it was 35, but
35. Yeah. Well, 5 is just an upside down.
Almost 90 years.
You know what I mean? Like I'm a little dyslexic here, so the 2 and the 5.
In almost 90 years, we're gonna say almost 90 because that's what it is. In almost 90 years, one guy has shot 4 rounds in the 60s there. Yeah. He didn't even win. He didn't win. So, I mean, it's just funny, and like you think these guys too. It's like their score dispersion. Yeah, they shoot lower, but their score dispersion's 20 shots too. You know,
right,
62 to 82.
Yeah,
82 is bad for them, but it doesn't happen often. But it does happen.
Right. I mean, look at Rory McIlroy. He's one of the best golfers in the world. And didn't he shoot like an 80 in the first round of the Masters?
In the final round of the Masters when he was leading going into it in 2011.
Yeah, it's like
he hit a ball on the property that no one even knew existed. he hit it right up by cabins that no one knew was even there. And that's the only reason we know it's there is because Rory hit a fucking ball over there.
Oh, good.
Was it 10 or was it 11? Now I don't remember.
Oh, I don't know.
Might have been 11. He might have hit a fucking duck hook so fucking far left. Maybe it was 10. One of those holes.
Yeah.
Fucking puked all over himself.
Yeah, well, 10's the hole it goes downhill into the left. Right?
Yeah, so I don't think it was 10.
So we would have had to hit it way right.
No, because way right is the rest of the golf course.
Yeah, so it had to have been 11.
I think it was 11.
11 is like the tight, you got a real tight window, and then it goes down and the green's next to the water.
Yeah. And he hit it so fucking far left off the tee that they found land unknown previously.
Good.
Yeah. I don't know. And then it's just like one of those things too. It's like an 8 on the second hole.
Yeah.
Like I played 5 tournaments for this thing and I have 2 8s. So it's like an 8 on the second hole and I still ended up finishing 3rd. Yeah. I'm like, fuck, this is dumb.
Yeah.
The guy who finished first was he was like on all the closest to the pins. He got like all the skins. Like he just fucking had it. He's a good player. He's a +1, but he just fucking had it that day.
Oh man. Let me see what else we got here.
Well, I can continue the golf trend where with your boy Conor Murphy.
Oh Jesus. Did he do something else?
No, but we haven't talked about it yet. The people haven't heard.
True.
So yeah, podcast talking about podcasts.
Yeah.
But I was listening to an interview with Conor Murphy, and Conor Murphy, you can look him up. It's like Conor Murphy official or some shit. He's like a social media person, fucking some shit. I don't know. And he was talking about microdosing psychedelics, and this is something that like I think Rogan's done it before. Like people have actually spoke about this before,
right?
And the psychedelics he was talking about, and I know MK Ultra was like a thing, whatever. But he's talking about plants. I think he was talking
about DMT in particular. He does it was essentially
a variant of ayahuasca.
It's bootleg ayahuasca because ayahuasca is like its own thing, and this is not ayahuasca, but it elicits essentially the same effect because it produces DMT.
Yeah, and then he was taking something else that I can't remember the term because I guess you need that to unlock the DMT or some shit.
Yeah, it's a MEO inhibitor.
Yes, that one.
Yeah. It's not like I know anything about psychedelics or anything. I haven't read them because I'm fascinated by them and really want to do it, but I'm too much of a bitch to actually do them.
Yeah, so he's talking about microdosing those things and then going and practicing and playing. Yeah. And the way he phrased it, he takes it in plant form Um, he believes there's nothing illegal about obtaining this stuff. I guess he also has a Native American lineage that allows him to get this stuff, and culturally, it's not a big deal. Whatever. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
That's just what he says. Um, so he says he'll take it in practice, and it's almost like, one session gets him like almost like a month's worth of work, and it's kind of crazy how doing that the right way just like unlocks learning in
Yeah.
such a way that you just cannot fucking
Well, it's funny
really
too, because
do.
you told me to listen to the first 15 minutes of the podcast. And the first 15 minutes is he's talking about that. And he's talking about how he does this bootleg ayahuasca while he plays and practices. And he feels like he has more like body and spatial awareness, and he like understands his swing and his hand. He can feel where his hands are better. And I'm like, oh, this all checks out. Like this all sounds like really good, because like I said, like I've read a lot. I've read the book Stealing Fire, which is a phenomenal book, but it talks about how big tech has used psychedelics, and what they do actually is microdose. So these guys take psilocybin every day, but you take it in a small amount. So when you take some of these psychedelics, and it's called microdosing, you don't trip. So you're not like, you're not tripping balls and seeing shit and getting all psychedelic shit. It ends up being a nootropic, which for those of you that don't know what that is, it's like a brain enhancer essentially. So it helps you focus more. So for lack of a better word, this is not what it is at all, but for like boiling it down to the like most simplest terms, microdosing psilocybin is like taking Adderall for some people. And anyone that's listening right now that actually knows anything about that is yelling at me, calling me an idiot, because that's not it at all. But for people that don't want to know anything about it or don't care, it's essentially like taking Adderall. So then right about the 20 minute mark.
So then he starts telling the tale of his Monday qualifier. And he did I forget what tournament it was, what it was for. I think it was in Texas. So he wanted a caddy. So he was at Topgolf the day before hitting some balls, just grabbed a random employee. You're going to be my caddy, whatever. Goes to Walmart to buy a push cart. So the guy doesn't have to really like lug the bag around. It's just there. They don't have any push carts, all sold out. And this was a post-COVID problem. So he buys a wagon. Like,
all right,
a wagon. Like, if you guys are thinking like, oh, does he mean a wagon? Yes, I mean a fucking wagon.
Like, the little red rat wagon. Yeah.
I think it was blue, but that wagon, that's what he put his clubs
in. Was it a radio flyer?
So he's got his clubs and supplies in a fucking wagon, and the guy from Topgolf is lugging it around. So he goes to his playing partners before the first tee shot and goes, hey, can I just like play without my shoes on? And they're like, dude, I don't know. Like, can you start with them on and whatever? Yeah, whatever. So he says he hits a good ball, but it goes on the wrong line. OB. Hits another one. Same thing. OB. Like, oh, fuck. So he makes an 11 on the first hole.
Jesus.
So he then says something that's kind of strange. And he's like, yeah, he goes, I shot 108. He goes, but I think that's too high because he goes, because if we were unsure about my score, I said just write the higher one. Like if we thought it was like a 7 or a 9, just write 9 and I'll sign for it, whatever. He goes, so it was a 108, but probably not. I'm like, what the fuck? Why was he in the Monday? What? Like, why would he do the Monday Q if what? Why?
Yeah.
So I think he actually played okay on the front after the 11. Like I think he shot like only like another 4 over or so. Like, the guy can play. Like I think he played in college. But he then started talking about how he was going to win the US Open this year.
Yeah.
And I'm like, here we go. So he says it, and I thought it was just like kind of like hippie bullshit, positive attitude, like meditation bullshit, like all that shit.
Right.
He's like, yeah, he goes, it's just so obvious I'm going to win this year. I'm like, oh, he's trying to talk himself into it. I got no time for this, whatever. He's like, but, you know, it's not really fun to win the US Open by 20 shots. He goes, why wouldn't you rather win it by 10 and like have some fun out there? Because I'm going to put 7 woods in the bag, 3 putters. They're like, 3 putters? What? He goes, yeah, well, I'll have like a bullseye, like one's both ways. That's my long distance putter. And then I'll have a left-handed and a right-handed putter, so I only have to play one type of break. I'm like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. It's left to right or right to left. Just because you switch sides doesn't change the break. Like,
yeah,
whatever. And then like with the woods, he's like, well, I got my long driver, I got my regular driver, and I got my fairway finder driver. I'm like, what the fuck? What, like, if you have your fairway finder and your long drive, what's the middle one for?
Right. And
he's like, yeah, well, then he's like, then I'll probably have like a 3 wood, maybe like a 5 wood, something like that. He goes, I got the heavy driver. He goes, that'll be fun. I'll just hit that for fun. And then maybe like a persimmon. I figured that will like round out the, what the fuck?
Yeah.
He goes, then he's going to hit some shots right-handed, left-handed. He's going to Happy Gilmore some.
So
Come to find out, this guy in the Monday Q was like Happy Gilmore in balls and hitting putters off tees and putting both ways. He almost kicked his ass off the course.
Yeah.
But he was like if he teed up a putter, he like hit it okay.
Yeah.
And then it's like if he was putting right and left-handed, like he knocked the putt in. And it's like, what can you say if it goes in? I don't know.
Right. Like he's playing fine, doing all this stupid bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, and that's like, yeah. So
at this point in the podcast, I am saying to myself, because I'm listening to it, and he said that, he goes, oh, it's obvious I'm going to win the US Open. And then he starts talking like, oh, I'm going to play some shots lefty, some righty. I'm doing all this. And I'm sitting in my head like, is there another US Open? And I'm like, and I said this to you, and I go, I have to be missing something here. Like there's got to be like a US Open, maybe just for like amateurs or something. Like he's not talking about the US. I am dead set that he is not talking about the US Open that I know.
Torrey Pines in June.
Yeah. And then come to find out, yep, nope, he is. He's exactly talking about that. Yep. Good.
So I go back to the original, because how they found this guy was the Monday Q stuff.
Right.
And I saw an outfit that he was wearing. Holy shit. It was like fucking galaxy pants. Like it was the entire fucking like fucking universe on his pants. I don't know. This guy's fucking weird. It's like he's fucking nuts.
Yeah.
And then he continues to talk. And they ask him, what's this we hear that you drink your own piss? And he's like, he starts like laughing. He's like, yeah. He goes, it's kind of interesting. I do. It's like cleansing. It's good for you. It helps build up your immunity. All that bacteria. Like you build an immunity to all that bacteria. I'm like, I'm not listening to this guy fucking talk about drinking his own piss.
Yeah. So I have turned the podcast off at this point. Once he started talking about playing shots left-handed and that he was going to win the US Open, I was like, I'm good. I think I made it like maybe 24 minutes in.
Yeah. It's like an hour long. Because he moves on to talking about eating his own semen or ingesting his own semen. Because I don't really know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Do you eat it or do you drink it? I would assume you would drink it. It is mostly a liquid. Yeah. However, it is highly viscous, but it is still a liquid.
Now, I don't want to, put shame towards literally the act of ingesting semen. I know that that's a big thing that happens. It does.
Some people enjoy it.
Some people do. And it's, sometimes you have a night and that's how it ends. I don't know. Whatever. So let's not.
Or that's how it begins.
So let's not beat around the bush that the literal process of eating semen is weird. I got it. Let me finish. So why? He's like, yeah, like when you ejaculate, you just like lose so much energy. So he was like start looking up, like what's some of the things, like what is semen constructed of? Like what are the compounds? He's like, there's this, I forget what he said. It's like nerve factor, and then there's something else. And he goes, you lose that stuff, and it takes a couple days like to kind of come back. He's like, so I wondered, like, if you ingest it again, will you, like, can you, miss that part? He's like, so I tried it, and the next day he's like, I was good. Like I didn't feel like sluggish at all. Like I didn't feel tired. Like I felt like I had good energy. So the guys ask $1 million question. How do you prefer to ingest it? Is it in like a smoothie or something? Or
You just
straight?
go for it.
So he outlines the kind of scenarios where he will ingest his semen. One, sometimes right out of a cup. I'm like, all right, weird, but I mean, it's a vessel to do it, I guess.
Yeah.
It's not the cup that's weird. It's the fucking,
Yeah,
it's your own. It's your
right,
fucking, you're eating your own fucking semen. That's the weird part.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Two, if he was, for example, to come on a girl's back or stomach or whatever, just lick it right off her.
Sick.
Okay.
All right.
And I thought that was going to be the weirdest part because apparently he'll also eat the cum right out of his own condom. Right out of it.
Good.
I'm thinking he more than microdoses his psychedelics.
Probably, yeah. He's also like, he's got to be fucking with them. Like he can't be serious.
That I know because I brought this up to you off the air. Like this has got to be a thing, right?
Like it's got to be like a parody. Like I'm sure he does some of the stuff that he talks about, but like I really like want to believe that him being on this podcast, he was just like leaning into the character. You know what I mean? Like maybe he does drink his own piss.
Yeah, but it's like the other thing. So he might drink it, but like, is he really like pissing into a jar and drinking all of it, or is
right? Probably
gonna,
not. Yeah, or
like a shot of it.
Yeah, and God, I don't know if he really does ingest his own fucking jizz or not, but I'm sure maybe I would hope that he's not like licking it off of someone's back because that would be very strange to explain. You know what I mean? Like that's I feel like he's got to be fucking with the guys on the show.
And like everybody, like he has to be satire or something.
Yeah,
it's like because then the other thing too is like so say he does like come on a girl's stomach or whatever, and then he like licks it up. It's like, oh, that's like a kink or something, right? He goes, well, actually, no. I'm trying to get the nerve factor back in. I'm trying to have my energy high for tomorrow. I gotta go shoot 108 in a Monday shooter. Like,
right. Yeah, it's just fucking weird. And it's like one of those things where I would imagine it's like, you know, the old guy that lives to be like 102 and they're like, oh, how'd you do? And he goes, I drank Coors and smoked a cigar every day. You know what I mean? Like that type of thing. Like he's just fucking with you.
Yeah, I microdose psychedelics and drink my own urine.
Yeah.
Drink my own semen.
Yeah.
Conor Murphy official, at least on Instagram.
That is wild.
Yeah, so I know we kind of leaned into the golf thing, but he also calls himself a doctor.
Yeah, that's weird. I noticed that they mentioned that early on in the podcast. They were like, "Oh yeah, Doctor Conor Murphy," and I'm like, "What the fuck?"
Well, the funny thing about doctor is anyone can call themselves a doctor.
Yeah,
but it doesn't say like MD, ND.
No,
it does say reverse my biological #biological age.
Yep, probably by drinking semen.
40-day water #fast survivor. Yeah, this guy's a fucking trip.
Yeah. Jesus.
Chips one-handed with a bucket on his head. That's what I'm looking at right now. Actually, the guy I played with yesterday chips one-handed. I don't know why.
Really?
He literally chips one-handed. Like I thought he was rehearsing one-handed and then he fucking hit the ball. Like, what the fuck?
Jesus.
Yeah. He used to be a long drive guy. I don't know what the fuck.
That is weird. That is very strange.
Dressed up like Robin Hood, fucking taking soft toss with a golf club. This guy is fucking nuts. Although he does rope a fucking putter off the tee. Holy shit. Wearing a batting helmet. I don't know. I mean, if you guys, Conor Murphy official on Instagram, if you guys wanna just get the what the fuck. moment. If
yeah. Yeah. If you want to enjoy yourself for a few minutes. All right. I'm trying to think of, I want to do this before we wrap things up here. I do want to talk about stupid COVID bullshit.
Yep.
Because Master Baker just came out recently.
I like to call him Fuhrer.
Yeah, Fuhrer. There we go. Fuhrer Baker has come out and said that Massachusetts could reopen sooner if people get vaccinated. So, but the way he said it was kind of, I want to find the quote. Oh, here we go. We felt we were sure we would be in a good place by August 1st, because so if anyone that's listening is not in Massachusetts, which there are, we got a surge in Virginia and Georgia and Pennsylvania, maybe Texas. So shout out to all you guys, all you new listeners that aren't from New England. We love you. So he goes, so Massachusetts announced that so Governor Baker announced that you don't have to wear a mask outside starting May 1st, I think it was, right? And then by August 1st, everything will be back to 100%. However, you do still have to wear a mask inside, which is so fucking stupid, but whatever.
Yeah, that's not going anywhere.
Yeah. So he goes, we felt we were sure we would be in a good place by August 1st. But if the people of Massachusetts continue to be as aggressive and as enthusiastic about getting vaccinated as they have been, we may be able to do that sooner. So he's literally standing there and being like, oh, you want things to open faster? Yeah, we need everyone to get vaccinated, which, like I said, has nothing to do with fucking anything. Like the real definition of herd immunity pre-2020 was whatever it was, 75 or 80% of the population, either or a combination of either vaccinated or exposed, which is
not anymore.
Yeah, not anymore. Now it's, you need to have 100% vaccinated, which I Googled. I don't know if you're allowed to show Google things on YouTube, because I was going to say the cool thing about Zoom is I could just share my screen and the people watching on YouTube can see it. But I feel like, I don't know, I'd have to Google it and I don't want to do it right now. I don't know if it would flag us and then we get fucking taken down, because we're not even close to halfway famous. So getting a strike on our YouTube account would really fucking blow, because it's not worth it. It'd
be hard to come back from that.
Yeah, it's really not worth it. So I'm not going to share my screen until I find out whether or not I can show YouTube, Google searches on YouTube. But I Googled how many people in the United States are vaccinated, which showed me that there are 103 million people in the country right now that are considered fully vaccinated, which is almost a third of the population in the country. There have been 243 million doses given, and 146 million, roughly, have received at least one dose. So 146 million is just about 45%. So we're looking at just under half of the population in the country has been vaccinated. So now let me look at.
We're not even close to half in Massachusetts, I don't think. Right? I don't fucking know.
Let me look at how many people all time in the United States have had COVID. We have had now. We know that the positive test thing is bullshit, because we know that one person can account for multiple positives, as we've talked about before. But total cases in the United States, positive cases, is just under 33 million. So we have 100 million people that are fully vaccinated, 146 million people that have gotten at least one dose. So say, I don't know, half of the people that had it didn't get vaccinated because they said, fuck it. So now you get another 15 million in there on top of that. So we're looking at like pretty close to half of the country that has gotten at least one shot. So my question is, what the fuck are we still doing? What are we doing? And I had said this before. Remember, I think one of the episodes prior, I had said probably because it was actually this might be a long time ago, because I think it might have still been March, because I had said April 19th was the day that everyone was going to be eligible. You remember that conversation? I said April 19th was the day that everyone in the country is eligible to get the shot. So everyone that wants to get it can get it. So I said, push that out roughly 4 to 6 months.
Oh, you said September. Yeah. That was
we're looking at
that
at September to be done, because that's 6 months out from when it's done, when everyone could get it. It gives you plenty of time to schedule your thing, get your second shot, get your 2 weeks after that, get your fully vaccinated. You know what I mean? Like all that bullshit. So like by September, whoever is going to get the shot has probably already got it. After September of this year, it's not like people aren't going to get the shot. You know what I mean? Does you remember that?
Well, I also think
makes sense.
Yeah, no. So we talked about that. So we talked about that the first episode there when we were facing away from the windows.
Oh, right.
I'm sorry. We still face away from the windows. When the camera was on the fucking thing that's over your right shoulder.
Yeah.
And and even now though, so it's like Michaela was looking because she knows I want J&J, and she's like looking at appointments for Thursday, and it's like it's still fuck me. Like I know, like I know I have a shitty work schedule, but like I still can't. It's like she goes, "Oh, could you do like Thursday?" I'm like, I'm busy from 11 to 6, 7, something like that. Oh, all of these are from like 11 to. It shouldn't be this way. Like if you really want everyone to get vaccinated, it's got to be to the point where I can walk into a CVS, go, can I get that vaccine?
Yeah.
Which one do you want? J&J. And I'm like, yeah, give me 5 minutes. Until we can get to that point, there's nothing that's going to change. And the way I took away the news in Massachusetts this week was August 1st, we're going to operate without capacity restrictions with businesses, but masks are still a go. So what's probably going to happen starting in August is he's probably going to look at about 8 weeks of data ish, at least, which brings us to October. And then October is going to be awfully close to what used to be called flu season. I don't know what we're going to call it going forward. Maybe COVID season. Fuck me if I know.
Yeah.
So we're going to be awfully close to that.
Respiratory illness season.
Yeah. And then it's going to be, well, let's get through the winter. So we're talking about a year from now in Massachusetts. Yeah. If we saw a change before then, I would be fucking shocked.
Yeah.
They're also talking about like the next shot be like the next boosters being like COVID and flu. And it's like, well, at least you guys are being fucking efficient about something.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a great way to get everyone to have the flu shot.
Yeah. It's just like, yeah. But see, this is the thing though. Now everyone's going to want the flu shot now because everyone's so used to just, like getting a shot.
Maybe not, because I had a conversation. I don't know how frequently you check the Instagram. But I had a back and forth with someone that messaged us and I replied. So I had the back and forth with them, about the whole Joe Rogan thing. When I posted that, people were going after Joe Rogan for what he said on his podcast. Did we talk about that in the show? I think we did. No. We didn't. Oh, well, I don't know. So I posted on Instagram. People were trying to go after Joe Rogan because he said young, healthy people don't necessarily need to get the shot. He wasn't out there saying, if you are young and healthy, don't get the shot. He said, I believe that if people that are young and healthy, they don't have to worry about anything. That's all he said. So I posted that people were going after him, whatever. And someone replied to me and goes, Joe Rogan needs to keep his mouth shut. He's a fucking moron. And I'm like, all right, well, let's talk about this, because I'm just kind of like curious because he never told anybody. I think I had said I can pull it up real quick actually. So I had said that he never actually advocated for any of that shit. So he goes, I personally don't give a fuck whether someone gets vaccinated or not. I think it's the right step to getting back to normal. But if someone is low risk and doesn't want it, I get it. I don't get a flu shot for that exact same reason. So I was like, immediately was like, all right, well, you're someone that doesn't get a flu shot because you don't think you need it. And now you're getting butthurt that people aren't getting the COVID vaccine. But there's solid evidence that shows if you have a healthy immune system and you're under the age of 75, you have over a 99% chance of survival if you get the thing. So it's like, and that's the other thing too that gets conflated. So if you're under the age of 75 and you're healthy, by and large, you have a higher than 99% chance of survival. That doesn't mean that it's not going to kick your ass. You might be really fucking sick for a week if you get the thing, but you're not going to die is the whole point. And like diseases and shit, like we measure how bad they are off of how many people die. And at first, a lot of people were dying. And then not that many people started dying. So we were like, oh, okay, well, it's not that bad. But people didn't want to give up the whole thing. We've talked about this before. But like my whole point was like, dude, you just said that you don't believe in getting the flu shot. And now you're mad that people aren't getting the COVID shot. So what this ties into what you had said before about, you know, people that are going to want to get the flu shot. And I don't necessarily think so because you're giving people too much credit. People are so fucking stupid that they're going to still look at the flu shot and be like, I don't want the flu shot. I've never gotten the flu shot. Why would I go get the flu shot? Oh, well, this COVID thing's really bad. I got to get my vaccine so I can travel. So I can go do things that I want to do. It's selfish, like we've said, and you've said from the beginning, is it's selfish. Oh, I need the COVID vaccine so I can do stuff. I want the world to go back to normal.
Go to Aruba. Or I can go to Florida over April break.
Yeah. So you look at these people that are like, oh, well, I need the COVID shot so I can go back. We can have a normal life. Oh, okay, cool. You're going to get the flu shot in the winter? No, fuck no. I've never gotten the flu shot. Why would I get the flu shot? You're like, they're stupid. And this shows that they're not getting the COVID vaccine because they're worried about COVID. They're just getting the vaccine because they're fucking sick of dealing with bullshit and they just want to go, they're selfish and they want to do things on their own. Like, you know what I mean? But hey, newsflash, nothing changes if you do have the vaccine. Because our Lord and Savior, Dr. Anthony Fauci has said, well, you know, even if you are fully vaccinated, maybe you should wear 2 masks. Like people are just so fucking stupid, man. And it's like, you guys don't get it. No one gets it. Everyone's a fucking moron. The one thing that the last 18 months has like cemented is that the majority of people are fucking morons.
Everyone's an idiot.
Yeah.
Everyone's a fucking idiot.
Like if you're going to look at me and say, and if you're going to look at me and try and shame me for not getting the vaccine, but then turn around when I ask you and say, well, are you going to get the flu shot this year? Fuck no. Why would I get the flu shot? You're a fucking moron. You're an absolute fucking moron.
My favorite thing now is more and more people are starting to like say at the gym, it's like, oh, I'm vaccinated. Can I pull this down? It's like, you understand that if you are to believe what we're being told,
right,
then you are actually the most dangerous population of people
to not wear a mask.
Shouldn't pull your mask down.
Right.
And no one wants to listen to it. It's like, well, I'm vaccinated. I'm like, yes, but if you believe them, they're saying that you can still spread it. But the vaccine, theoretically, should make sure that you don't feel anything. You don't actually get sick.
Right.
But you may be carrying it. Therefore, you are the dangerous one.
Yes.
I am not, because if I was carrying the fucking thing, I would probably know it.
I would know. Yeah.
Theoretically, again, if what they're telling us is true.
You know what that reminds me of? My favorite thing is when I see memes and people talk about this and they're like, this virus is so deadly that there are people that get it that don't even know they have it. Because remember that
was
for the whole last summer, people were like, well, you could be asymptomatic.
Yeah.
Like, well, why? How is this bad? How is this the world's deadliest virus if you can have it and not know that you have it?
And the only way you know you have it is if you get a test.
Yeah. Yeah. It's man. It's just
like, that's been a problem the whole time. Also, until vaccinated people stop getting tested, we have a real fucking problem going on.
Yeah.
Because those tests are too fucking sensitive.
Yeah. Yeah.
And like, you're hearing it. It's like, oh, there's been like, a few vaccinated people that have tested positive. It's like, why are they
getting tested? Why are they getting tested?
And it's like the ones that are symptomatic, sure. If you have a sore throat and you think it's strep, you get a strep test. That's what happens.
Right.
If you don't have fucking taste or smell and you want to know what you have, you go get tested. That's fine. Right. Why the fuck are asymptomatic people getting tested with the vaccine? Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah.
And until we get past that, we can't move on.
No.
In Massachusetts.
Yeah. So like you had asked earlier, Massachusetts is actually 3, 6, 7. We're 7th.
37% vaccinated and 56% one dose.
Yeah. And we are 7th in the country as the percentage of the population that's fully vaccinated. So no surprise, out of this top 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them are New England states. So number 1 is Maine, which I think is hilarious because 40% of Maine is fully vaccinated. And then it gives you the number next to it, which is 540,000. So there's like less than 2 million people that live in Maine. I think that's fucking hilarious. There's probably like 1.5 million people that live in Maine. There's I think it's 1.2 million people live in greater Boston. So like including Medford, Malden, Everett, Cambridge, all that bullshit. Like Boston proper, I think only has like 800,000. Yeah. But greater Boston, I think, has 1.2 million. And that is all of Maine. So that's awesome. So Maine is first, then Connecticut, then it's New Mexico, Vermont, South Dakota, Rhode Island, and then Massachusetts. So the interesting thing about this is that Rhode Island and Connecticut have already come out and said they were going to lift mask mandates too. Rhode Island set a date to lift it. It's not done yet, but I think Connecticut already did.
But it's not indoors. Indoors, you still have to wear it.
Yeah. So like, well, then New Hampshire said, fuck it.
Yeah, they don't care.
They went the way of Texas and said, fuck it. But at that point,
like,
at that point, though, this is what it's supposed to be. This was the whole issue that Texas ran into when the Governor Abbott came out and said, I do not believe that it is the right of a governor to tell its people what to do. And he goes, so what I'm doing is at the state level, I am removing this mandate and I am going to let each individual business make its own decisions. So that was the whole thing too. When everyone blew up at Texas, when they first made that thing, the announcement, and everyone was like, oh, they'll see, they'll all be dead, which by the way, they're not. Their cases are actually at an all-time low. And everyone was like, oh yeah, fuck Texas, whatever. They're so reckless, all this bullshit. And it's like, no. All he did was take government out of it, which should have been the entire time. The government should not get involved in this bullshit. So there are plenty of businesses in Texas that you go in and on the front door, it says mask required for entry. Guess what? You're in Texas, but you want to go in that store, you still got to wear a mask. So it's like, it's the same fucking thing. If you go to New Hampshire and you want to walk into a store and it says mask required, you got to put a fucking mask on. If you walk into a store and it says nothing, or it says no mask required explicitly, don't fucking wear your mask. You know what I mean? Like, all they did was remove the government involvement, which I support.
Imagine that.
Yeah. and let the fucking businesses and communities decide on their own.
Yeah, imagine that. Won't happen here. Don't worry.
Yeah, no.
Non-issue.
Yeah, we'll be wearing masks fucking till we retire.
Forever.
Yeah, probably forever.
Probably forever.
Yeah, we'll be like fucking China.
Yeah, they've been wearing masks
since 2003. SARS,
Yeah,
the original SARS.
They're probably doing it before then.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. All right, you want to wrap this bitch up?
Yeah. I'm good with social media driven murder documentaries. I'm all set. I'm good. We've seen it. Like Don't Fuck with Cats was like the first one where they found through Facebook sleuthing that they found the guy.
Yep.
And there was that other one that we watched, like that 4-parter.
The Cecil Hotel.
Yep. And that was like a Facebook thing, except it didn't really work out that way because they ended up fucking attacking the wrong guy and his life fucking sucks.
Right.
And then there was another one this year called Why Did You Kill Me? And that was like another MySpace thing. And I'm fucking good.
Yeah.
I'm good. The first one was interesting. It's like, oh shit. Through social media, they found the guy. That's weird.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they did pick the wrong guy first too, and Don't Fuck with Cats.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So like I'm good.
Yeah, because they cyberbullied some guy into fucking killing himself. You remember that? He committed suicide.
Yeah, and that was no big deal.
Yeah. And then nothing happened. No one got prosecuted.
Yeah, so I'm good. It's really not interesting that you're using social media to aid the cops because the cops are much smarter than you. They just are.
Yeah, like they have way more resources.
Yeah, they're detectives for a reason.
Yeah.
And sure, if they can get help, great. But what are we like? Just let them do their fucking jobs. Like I thought we didn't even like cops. I thought all cops were bad.
Yeah.
Yet everyone wants to be one via social media.
Right.
I mean, I know this story's old because it goes back to fucking MySpace, but
yeah, no, in the same vein, I think I'm good with the whole like Netflix thing, like because they're all via Netflix. They're all like the social media, like crime documentaries. Because I do like a good crime. Like I enjoyed This Is a Robbery. I thought that was good. But like maybe so the murder stuff, like the Netflix, like 4-part, because they all also end up being 4 parts. The 4-part like murder docuseries, I'm all set with that. I'm good.
Yeah, I don't know what this one was. I don't even fucking remember, but I'm good.
Yeah.
Because then I don't even fucking remember. It was just like gang violence, and it's like they built up all this thing, and it's like it was like a gang accident. It's like I'm good. I'm good with it. No more social media sleuth documentary things.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So I got I'm gonna go with on my final thought. Where did it go? So this is another thing where Massachusetts kind of already did this thing. So like it's not really gonna affect it, but it is just very fucking stupid. Is President Biden has come out and his administration has come out and said they are going to ban menthol cigarettes and flavored tobacco nationwide. So like I had just said, Massachusetts banned all flavored tobacco, last year, 2 years ago?
Last year, like June.
Yeah, like June 2020. So that was fucking dumb. But the reasoning behind it is what gets me here. So this is from the acting commissioner of the FDA, Dr. Janet Woodcock. This is the reason why they are banning menthol cigarettes. Banning menthol the last allowable flavor in cigarettes and banning all flavors in cigars will help save lives, particularly among those disproportionately affected by these deadly products. You want to talk about fucking like double speak and fucking saying words without actually saying things? Like, my God, will help save lives, particularly among those disproportionately affected by the death. Like, come on, dude, what are you doing?
You could have just said black people and it
Yeah,
fucking
exactly. So there's more.
Would have saved a few words.
There's more to this statement. She goes, with these actions, the FDA will help significantly reduce youth initiation, increase the chances of smoking cessation among current smokers, and address health disparities experienced by communities of color, low-income populations, and LGBTQ plus individuals, all of whom are far more likely to use these tobacco products. So what? The acting commissioner of the Food and Drug Administration just said, we are banning menthol cigarettes because Black people, poor people, and LGBTQ people smoke them. Isn't that discrimination?
Well, no, because they're helping.
I mean, are you?
They're gonna save more.
Shouldn't they be allowed to make that decision on their own?
No, the government's supposed to control everything, dude.
This is the white knight. Like, people think that they're like, oh, well, we're gonna say we know what we're gonna do here. You know, this is it. This is another one. It's like the jokes we've said all along. It's Black people are like, we want rights. We want equal rights. We just want equality. And they go, we get it. We'll take Aunt Jemima off the bottle. No. We want to be equal to everyone else. You know what?
Yeah,
we got you this time. No more Uncle Ben on the rice. It's all good, man. We're cool. We got it. And then they're like,
cops are still killing us on camera and in some of these places.
Yeah. Cops. We really just want Black people to stop getting killed by cops. And white people go, I hear you loud and clear. We're going to ban menthol cigarettes. Got it. We're saving you. We're saving you because you smoke these. And it's like, well, maybe they just enjoy it. You know what I mean? Like, whatever happened to like letting people do whatever the fuck they want? Like, if you, I don't know, dude, like, what the fuck? But this is a competing thing here, like an ideology, I guess. So these are the same people, Democrats, liberals, whatever you want to, however you want to call them. They're saying we need to save Black people and people of poor people and LGBTQ people because they smoke cigarettes. So they smoke menthol cigarettes. So we're going to save them by banning it. However, people of the same ilk, in the state of Oregon, is it Oregon or Washington, have decriminalized all drugs.
Oregon.
So in Oregon, you can smoke meth on the sidewalk and pay a fine, but you can't smoke menthol cigarettes. Do you see like the competing, like the things that just don't make sense here? Like those ideologies, like you're in the same camp. Like it's a group of its liberal ideology has led to that. That is a very liberal thing to decriminalize all drugs. I happen to not think it's the worst idea in the world. There are things that need to be in place to make sure it goes smoothly. But like I said, whatever. I think everyone should be able to do whatever the fuck you want. If you're an adult and you want to go smoke crack, who am I to tell you not to smoke crack? I don't care either. Like whatever. But this whole thing where it's like the liberal, the Democratic Party supports decriminalizing all drugs. And those same people are like, you can't smoke menthol cigarettes because black people smoke them. and poor people smoke them. And LGBTQ people smoke them.
I'll tell you right now, poor people fucking smoke whatever the fuck they can find.
Yes.
If it's checkers, and that's what they're fucking smoking.
But like, it's these like logical leaps that like are made by these people that just, if you stop and think, you're like, wow, are these people fucking stupid?
Well, as it is in Massachusetts right now, I can probably go buy any type of weed product I want, edibles,
yes,
gummy bears, whatever, any of it.
Yep.
You know, even just like regular joints, no, doesn't matter. I can go and get any of that stuff I want.
Yes.
I can get as fucking high as I want to.
Yep. But you can't have an acid Cuba Cuba, which is a cigar for anyone that doesn't know cigars. You can't have
those will kill me.
Yep, because it's a flavored wrap of the leaf that the cigar is wrapped in is flavored, infused with flavor. So you can't have the Cuba Cuba cigar, but you can buy all the weed stuff you want.
Yep. But I guess that's why, because weed won't kill me.
Yeah. But like
the Cuba Cubas will.
What the fuck, man? What the fuck are we doing? We're literally turning into like a South Park. Like South Park is becoming real life. Like these people that are like, you can't smoke cigarettes, but you can go smoke crack instead. You know, like you can't buy Newports, but you can go shoot heroin. That's okay. Yeah. You won't go to jail. You won't go to jail for
mile. You can do whatever you want. Take a shit on the sidewalk if you want to.
Yeah.
But don't smoke a Newport or a menthol. Because Newport now they have like Newport heavies or whatever the fuck it is, like the red pack.
Yeah, the Newport
Newport
Reds.
I've seen that before my entire life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Newport diesels. Like, like what did Newport do to the federal government? Like, what the fuck? And what did Marlboro do so right? Because like Newport's getting fucking boned on this one. Like bad.
Yeah. Yeah. And seriously.
And what's everyone gonna turn to? Marlboros.
Yeah.
Yeah, no one's gonna fucking move over to fucking parliaments. Like
no one's smoking fucking Pall Malls.
Or I mean, no, people do. I mean, people who are smoking Pall Malls are smoking Pall Malls, but people who used to smoke Newports aren't smoking the cheap shit. They're gonna smoke Marlboros.
Right.
Can I get a pack of Parliament Lights?
Yeah.
As opposed to Parliament, what else?
Yeah. Well, that was the whole shtick with Parliament. They only sold lights.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as a Parliament diesel. There's like no Parliament heavy. It's Parliament Lights, then it was Ultra Lights, then they had the menthol, the ultralight menthol.
Basically, we're just like smoking wind.
Yeah. Yeah. And then they changed. That was a whole thing too, because they changed. You weren't allowed to call it a light cigarette because it implied that it was good for you. Like if you
what do they want to call them, diet parliaments.
If you are a person that truly believes that smoking a cigarette that has the word light on the box is good for you, I want you to smoke that whole pack in one sitting. And I want you to die of lung cancer or something. Quick. You can go quick. I want you to get hit by a bus or a train or something. Yeah. An anvil falls in your head. I don't want you to suffer. I want you to go quick because we don't need you here. We don't need you here. If you're truly a person that thinks like, oh, well, I'm going to smoke a light cigarette because it's good for you. Oh, Newport diesels. I don't want to smoke Newport heavies. I want to smoke Newport lights. Oh, Marlboro. Oh, I would never be caught dead smoking a Marlboro. I only smoke Marlboro lights. They're good for you.
I only smoke Marlboro Light 100s.
Yeah. See, yeah, exactly. Marlboro Light 100s. Yeah.
Marlboro Red? No.
It's like you, sir or ma'am, you deserve to have an anvil dropped on your head. Get the fuck out of here. We don't need you here. We don't need you here. So that was the whole thing. They were like, oh, you can't put light on the box anymore because, people think that they're good.
No, they don't.
It's like, no, because I'm pretty sure plastered all over the box is the Surgeon General's warning that this will cause. It's not like this may cause cancer. I'm pretty sure it says like prolonged use of this will cause cancer. like it's not like one of those like, oh, caution, the contents of this cup might be hot. Like, no. If you continue to smoke these, you will get cancer. Like, what more do you have to do? But then, like, so they just went by color. So then it was like, oh, Parliament silvers. And it's like, oh, well, fuck, I don't know. Like, there's silver on this box. That's when it got fucking a pain in the ass when I was at the liquor store. Because like some of those odd brands, like Parliament, that had like their boxes, like they have like a square on the front and they have two colors. So it's like a light blue and a dark blue. Those are the blues. But then like the silver has like silver and blue. You know what I mean? Like it's weird. Like if you don't know what you're doing, it's because then someone will come in and ask for like an obscure one. They'll be like, yeah, can I have the ultralight Parliament menthols? And I'm like, well, I know the box is going to be green, but I'm looking at 3 different colors of green. I don't know about this one. Because people still ask for it. I said. Because people still ask for it by name. They would come in and say, I want the Parliament ultralight menthols. And I'm like, it doesn't say that on the box anymore. It's just colors. So I'm like, how about this one? They go, that's not it. Like, all right, well, how about this one? That's not it either. Do you not have them? And then they fucking stick their head behind the counter and try and look up on the top. Like, and I go, well, there's one left here. These ones? Yeah, that's the one. Why didn't you get that the first time? Because you're a fucking cocksucker. That's why. You fucking piece of shit. Because you smoke cigarettes. Like, I don't know.
I mean, don't shame the people for fucking
retarded.
Don't be an asshole about it.
Yeah, seriously. Well, now that I'm nice and fired up at 9:00 on a Sunday night, let's wrap this up, and then I won't go to bed. So thank you for watching. If you're on YouTube, hopefully you're enjoying the Zoom stuff now. Make sure you give us a thumbs up, click subscribe, leave a comment. Again, all that engagement stuff helps more people to see the show. So if you like the show and you tell more people about it, because you're going to tell everybody you know to watch and or listen, we get more downloads. And then, like I said, we get a bunch of downloads in Georgia, Virginia, Pennsylvania, all these places. I'm assuming all the ones from Maryland are just Jones. Maybe he's told some of his friends about it too. I don't know. If you're Jones's friend and you're listening, shout out to you guys. Like I said, a couple people in Texas, California, Washington. We're in Canada, Argentina. We just got a download from Argentina. We got a couple from Russia. Whatever. We're fucking international. It's no big deal. So continue to tell everybody you know, but all of those likes, comments, and all that bullshit helps more people to see it organically outside of word of mouth. But obviously you guys, that is the most important. It's the word of mouth that gets us out there. So you can listen wherever you're listening. Also click subscribe. If you're on Apple or iTunes, go over to the iTunes store, leave us 5 stars, write a review, write something. Tell me how much you hate me. I don't care. You can't hate me more than I do. You can find us on Instagram at Sarcasm Speaks Pod. We're on Twitter at Sarcasm_speaks. And we're also on Facebook at Sarcasm Speaks. So until next time, have a phenomenal fucking night, everybody.